Today we're going to go over some of the basic Docksal commands. To start with, we'll give the command FinProjects. This shows me all of the projects that I have running on my local machine. It's a good way to get an overview of what your computer's up to and what you have installed on it. Note, this is just the actively running projects, the projects that have been used in recent history. If I want to see also projects that are stopped right now, I can just use the A flag, and you can see we have one of these projects that is not in use at the moment. You can drill down into an individual project by cding into that project directory and then running FinPS. This will show you all the services that are available as a part of this project. I'm running a pretty basic Docksal stack right now with a CLI container, a database server, and a web server. You may run a few other things, like maybe a Varnish server or a Solar server, but for most Fin installations, this will be about what FinPS shows. And what we can also get from this is the fact that these are running, that they're up, and critically, the port that these are running on. And in a later lesson, we'll see how these values can be used to connect to the database server directly. Probably the Docksal command that you'll use the most is FinRestart. You'll use this every time you want to make a change to Docksal configuration. So for instance, let's say I want to disable Xdebug. Right now I have it enabled. I'll change that one, change that 1 to a 0. And I'll come over here and I'll give the command FinRestart. So all of my services are going to stop, and when they restart, they'll actually be rebuilt. And this time when they're rebuilt, they'll not have Xdebug enabled. You can ignore these errors. This is a kind of a known issue. It results from symlinks, so we're not entirely sure why. Now, if I run FinRestart again, my services restart, but they won't actually be rebuilt because nothing has changed in the configuration files. So that's a much lighter execution this time. FinRestart is just a wrapper around two separate commands, FinStart and FinStop, but I have very little occasion to use either of them anymore, and here's why. When we stop all of these containers, and I tab over to my website, when I reload this page, I don't get an error. What I actually get, this will take a moment, is this little loading indicator. So what this is actually doing under the hood is it's essentially running FinStart. So I find it's very rare that I actually have occasion to give the FinStart command from the command line. If I run FinStop, I can do it all over again. It's as though stopping Fin never even took effect. The last command that you'll have occasion to use pretty often is FinRM. FinRM I'll generally use when I complete a project or when I stop work on a project. Maybe the project's not done, but I'm not going to work on it any longer. I've been reassigned. FinRM removes the containers. And this is an important thing to note, destroys your database. So it's almost like uninstalling Apache in MySQL, except of course it happens in a containerized way, so it's easily reversible. So when I run FinRM, I get this warning. And the containers are removed. Now when I try and reload this page, now I will get an error because there's no project named this. But that's okay. It's actually pretty easily reversible just by giving the FinInit command. I'll pause the screen share while this runs. Okay, my FinInit command completed. And let's see our site. Our site is back. Note, this is a reinstallation. When I ran FinRM, the database was destroyed, and it was destroyed forever. There's no getting it back. But I created a new database by running the init script again, which triggered the Drupal installer. So those are our basic Docksal commands.